Okay, so this is a quick video. It's just a quick breakdown of thoughts. Today's word is June. June's not really a very imaginative word. It's not really a very descriptive word. So we don't have much to play with here. We don't have much. So what I try to do then is I try to connect subjects to a June. So I'll go movie. There's a movie of June, I think with Sting in it. There's June's on the beach maybe, so you could do some kind of beach subject. I think there's called a June buggy, like a little car. And there's maybe like the desert and the beach, kind of similar themes there. So that's what's playing around in my mind. I've been looking at thoughts of the kind of the June movie, some beach images to do with some sand dunes, and I'm kind of coming back to maybe the desert. What can I do with the desert? So the thing is, I'm trying to put in an action image together with the word. So I'm trying to think of maybe if I do something like a little kind of plan of a paper. I'm thinking maybe of some kind of camel, and maybe some kind of man with some kind of headgear on, sitting on the camel. All right. Then I can have like dunes in the distance. Not great, not a great dynamic image. It'll be fun drawing the camel. It'll be fun drawing the man, but the subject again is a bit bland. So we'll come up with something a bit more dynamic. Maybe this June buggy car. So maybe you could do like some kind of June and some kind of car, you know, some kind of car race maybe, and you could have the cars kind of jumping around. That's kind of interesting. It's a little bit more dynamic. You know, you could probably even play with the fact that maybe some guy's falling out. I don't know. The beach. The beach is a lot of good images there, but they're all talking about beach. They're not really talking so much about June. Dunes in the sand. And the movie. All I can remember about the movie, to be honest, is Sting wearing some kind of weird costume with some kind of spiky hair and some kind of big snake that comes out of the sand. No. So, okay, so that's kind of me quickly breaking things down. I don't want to be drawing Sting. I'm sure you don't either. I don't really want to be drawing cars and vehicles, because that's just the technical, boring blocks, which I don't get into. So let's play with this. I'm going with a camel. I'm going with the sand dunes. So to make it a little bit more interesting, I could have a camel that's running, you know, some kind of dynamic pose. If it's running, I could maybe take the man or not take the man. I'm not sure. Again, I want a little bit more dynamic angle to it, maybe a little bit more drama to it. So I'm thinking maybe I could do a camel. I remember a video of some woman and her camel running towards the camera. I remember laughing at it ages ago. That kind of popped into my mind. So I looked it up on the thing, and this is this big kind of goofy camel that's kind of running up with his legs all flopping all over the place. Doesn't know which leg to put down first. And then there's this woman who's over here, and she's running as well. All right, I'm kind of kicked off by this one. I like that. Some kind of dynamic pose of a camel kind of running towards us, maybe taking away this flat land, putting some kind of desert thing behind it, giving it a little bit more kind of excitement. I'm not sure about the man yet. I'm not sure if I should add somebody or not. I definitely won't be drawing the woman. So here's where we are in our thought process of drawing the camel. Now, as I'm looking at the drawing that I've done, let me just get a color pencil so I can explain it a little bit. Everything that I've sketched there is kind of like leaning. Do you see that? It's kind of leaning all to one side. So it's kind of making you feeling a little bit confused about your poses. Is the camel falling over? Is the camel running? So I'm going to try and break that a little bit. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do the character of the camel. What do I want from the character of the camel? I know that camels have this kind of big googly eyes, so that's important to me. And I know that they've got a very thin face with a very fat mouth, so that's also important to me. The big nostrils, and I know that they all have these big teeth. So that's a really brilliant thing there already. I've got the character. I've got him there in my mind about big googly eyes, big flared nostrils, and huge big teeth. All right, so this is all where we've got to now with our mind. You know, we've been thinking all these things through. So let's put down a rough plan. Right, so there's my camel body. There's my head. You can see it's the same type of thing. And what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to shift the legs and I'm going to flop them over. So it's going to give me some kind of pivotal point. So I'm going to bring that down so that the body is coming that way to us. It's coming almost like the camel is running that way, but because of his long silly neck, there's his long silly neck there, I'm going to do the head going that way. That's going to give me a lot of balance then when I'm putting down my poses. So the best way to do that pose would be to bring that leg down in that direction. But again, it's going to cause me a little bit of problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the body in that direction and push the legs in this direction to go with the head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have big feet going that way, and you know, then these legs kicking out that way and the body's going that way. And what it'll do is it'll give me a lovely kind of feeling that the body is going in this direction and the head's going this direction, and the legs are just going all over the place. So again, mentally we've been working out our balance of the drawing. We've been working out the body direction and the head direction, which gives me a lot more kind of balance on the drawing, so I can do whatever I want around it and it will kind of work. Again, the subject here is going to be dunes, so we'll cheat this one a little bit and we'll drop some kind of sand dunes in the background there, somewhere like that. And we're going to go in with all of our thought processes here. We've been thinking about this goofy character. We're going to draw up some kind of goofy camel. We're not sure what we're doing yet. We've got big goofy teeth. And again, this is all just us thinking it. It's not about us really drawing it down, though you can do it. You can draw sketched out and think everything through. And the feet. I don't know what a camel's foot looks like. Has he got 3 toes? Has he got 2 toes? Has he got 4 toes? All right, so we do a quick research and we look up and we see that a camel's got these odd looking feet. We've got something where he's got these big fat feet like this, right? And you've got these big toes on there. And that's it. That's all he's got, with skinny little legs and a big toe. Perfect. So we go on in and we start drawing up our rough idea again for our toes. And we can kind of open them up a little bit, and we can have a little bit of fun with a big long stringy legged character with a big long neck. So there we are. We've got some lovely weight going on there. I love this idea of everything being pulled this way. So we can do a nice line on the camel, so that everybody knows. We can also add his tail so that everybody knows it's central line running through the whole character there. And let's just kick these legs. Now there's something there that needs a little bit additional kind of misdirection with the legs. A little bit more this feeling of the camel running and he doesn't know what to do with these legs. So let's just pop them up. Let's pop one foot coming up to the camera. So it's kind of like kicking forward. And let's do another one that's kind of like shooting off in the back direction. So it kind of gives this floppy kind of feeling about the camel, you know. If you want to put in a nice shadow there underneath or back in there, cool. There you are. That's what we're doing. That's our planned out, thought out, well executed plan on what we're going to draw. Now, sometimes I go into where's my weight on my drawing, and I can see already I've almost automatically put in this big heavy black line there, and that's telling me that there's weight going there, there's weight pushing, and the more I back that up, the better the drawing will feel. So what I'm going to do, just to mentally help myself feel about the weight, is I'm going to do that to my drawing. So there's my weight pushing on this side here. Lovely. Right, and the subject is June. Okay, we cheated a little bit with camels, but we're going to drop our Junes in there anyway. Right? So that's my mental plan. Again, we're not going to sketch down. We're not going to draw on the paper. We're going to know everything. We know what his feet look like. We know what his face looks like. We know the angle of the body and the head. So we're ready, right? We're ready. We're ready to just do it. Let's just put the ink down now, and everything is going to be in our mind, and we're going to go for it. All right? So thank you very much for watching, and watch the video after where I'll try and draw this camel. I hope it works out. I'll try and draw the camel with all these thoughts, and then you can kind of work backwards through it, and hopefully that'll all help. All right? Take care. Thank you very much. I love you all, and I'll see you back soon.